Welcome, students. This video has been created to help you get off to a good start as you begin your studies in UNIV 1001. We will host a live webinar on Wednesday, September 8th at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 8 o'clock a.m. UO People Time. The live webinar will provide you the opportunity to view the course room, library, and learning resource center in real time with faculty members from the university, as well as give you the chance to ask questions. But we wanted to give you this video ahead of time to get you started on your classwork successfully. Here's our agenda. Introduction. This is me. I'm Dr. Jennifer Wolf. I'm an adjunct instructor for University of the People. I teach EDUC 5010, which is a graduate course in the School of Education, and then sometimes I teach this class. The rationale for this course. So why are you taking this course? And I'll let you read these for yourself because you can watch this video as many times as you like. But basically, we want to give you some time in Moodle, which is our learning management system, while you are also learning non-content related information. So if you are a computer science major, you're not going to learn anything about computer science. If you are a health and health science major, you're not going to learn anything about that. So this is non-content related, but it will still familiarize you with APA formatting, which we will talk about, peer assessment, and just kind of let you learn what it's like to be in a course with the international population that we have at University of the People. Purpose of this video is to give you an overview of the course. So we will actually go into the course room itself, what our expectations are for you. We will talk about APA formatting. We'll talk about peer assessment, and again, an understanding of the global environment. So this, the webinar that we'll have on the 8th is going to be an extended introduction, go into more depth, and you will have the opportunity to ask questions. Terms of reference. So when I talk about something, I want you to know what I mean. APA formatting is the American Psychological Association rules for how we format papers. So this is standard across education organizations. There are a couple other styles, but APA formatting is probably the most common. When I talk about Moodle, that is our learning platform, also called a learning management system. So you will get used to how to navigate Moodle, how to access your assignments. Peer assessment is what the university requires you to do. So you are going to assess your peers. You're going to respond to your peers. So when I say assess, I mean you're going to grade your peers. And don't worry, we'll talk some more about that. But your instructors will weigh in when necessary. But just know that peer assessment is a huge part of learning at UO People. And then plagiarism is using the ideas of another person or organization without giving them credit. So you read something or you watch a video on YouTube and you like it, so you put it in your own paper, but you don't give credit to the original author. And as I say here, that is theft of intellectual property. And now we go to the course room. Now I want to point out that The course room that I'm going to show you is from a previous course, so yours is going to look slightly different, but it's not a big enough deal. Everything that I'm going to talk about is going to be the same for you. So this is the course room. Notice that you have this bar on the left. I'm going to remove that bar up here in my navigation. It's the navigation bar, just so we have a little bit more room on the screen. And you don't need that bar to navigate. So this is Moodle, what you're looking at. So the first thing that you see in here is all the future weeks. So the first thing you do is you see the syllabus. I'm not going to read the syllabus to you. All I want to do is point out that it's here and that you need to read it. You do have a textbook in this course, which I recommend you download onto your hard drive or in the cloud so that you don't have to worry about whether the internet, whether you have connectivity. The other thing I want to point out to you is the grading components. So these are the percentages for your assignments. Now they're a little bit different now, but I just want to point out the things that you're going to be responsible for in this course. This is the grading scale. Notice, so if you get, for example, a 90%, you get an A minus. Okay, so I encourage you to read your syllabus so that you know exactly what's expected of you. And then if you have questions, of course, you can ask your instructor. And then this bar up here, these are called breadcrumbs. They'll always take you back to whatever part of the course room you want to go to. The course forum is where you and your instructor will make posts. Things, your instructor might find something that he or she thinks is of value, something for you to read, or something that they would like you to know, just general information. Students can also post in the course forum. So if you have a question about something like, is anyone able to find a book on collaborative learning, for example, you can post in the course forum. And when you are in the course room, if there is a new post, you'll have a little number right here that will tell you how many unread posts. So if you see that, you want to be sure to go into the course forum and see what is in there for you. Announcements are the same things. Now, again, you're not seeing anything because this course is closed, but when you click on that, you would see any announcements that your instructor has posted. All right, so first we're going to the first week in the course, and what you see is the overall topic and then the learning guide. And you want to click into the learning guide first because that is where you will find all your resources for the week. Okay, now we're going to go into the discussion forum. This is how you will post your responses to the questions. Okay, so here you don't see a question, but what you'll see is the instructor will post a question, and then you will click on that link and then reply to the instructor's post. Now, I'm just going to show you a little bit about a written assignment. You don't have a written assignment every week, but when you do, then it is a formal paper. Okay, so you'll get this when you open up your paper. Now, you can type directly into Moodle, but the preference is for you to type a Word document. You can upload as Word or a PDF. Notice detailed instructions are provided. There are 2 steps to this. So the first is to submit your assignment by uploading that Word document or PDF and clicking submit. So then the next week, you will go back into the same place and you'll see 3 students' papers that you're supposed to grade. They are anonymous, so you don't know whose papers you're grading. When you submit your paper, do not put your name on the title page. So this is all completely anonymous, including whose papers you're grading. Okay, but the point is there are 2 steps. So the first week is when you submit, and the second week is when you grade. Okay, so we're going to Okay, now we're going to take a look at the Learning Journal. What I have here is from a previous class, but more representative of what you will actually see when you open the Learning Journal. So you will see your questions or your reflection topic. And for week 1, it happens to be about college success. So you have done some reading on what success means and how you define it. The Learning Journal is a bit more of your opinions, but remember that your opinions should be informed by what the experts say. So you'll answer these questions, you'll type directly into Moodle, and then you'll space down a little bit, and you always have an APA exercise. So don't just answer this part. Be sure you do your APA exercise. So for this week, it happens to require a visit to the library. So we're going to do that in conjunction with looking at your APA exercise. Okay, so I'm going to show you a Word document that sort of looks like what you'll see in Moodle. And let's take a look at this APA exercise. So for this week, you're going to cite an ebook, means an electronic book. These are available in the UO People Library. So we're going to go to the library and find a book on a topic you're interested in. So I'm going to go up here to Resources, and I'm going to right-click, open in a new tab. And I'm going to go access to, we call it the LIRN, Learn. And in the library are basically collections of scholarly information. So you can jump to a specific group if you know that you're looking for something in computer science or health and medical or religion and philosophy. Just go directly to that collection. If you don't know, then sometimes education is a good place to go because education's kind of general. But for purposes of this APA exercise, we're just going to go and look for something in computer science. Now, I have already found a book, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one up. And the title of my book is Service-Oriented Modeling. Now, if you don't have a title all picked out, just put a topic in here, and for the purposes of the APA exercise, it's whatever topic you want to look up. So this is the book that I already had in mind, but you could pick any book. So we're going to go directly into this book. And like I said, I've already done this. So the APA exercise asks you the title of the book, the author, the year, the URL. Okay, so I went ahead and did that already. So that this is your learning journal and then APA exercise. So here's the title, here's the author, published, and the URL to find the book. So then it asked me to write an APA reference for the book you found. Okay, so this is how a reference looks, the author, the year, the title. See, I'm getting all this information from here, the publisher, and the URL. Then the second thing we were asked for in the APA exercise was an in-text citation. So now we're going to just type what we would have for an in-text citation, and that is exactly what it looks like. So this would be your learning journal that you would submit to your instructor. Now, your discussion post and written assignment are due on Wednesday at 11:55 p.m. UO People Time. Notice the clock that's always running. But your learning journal is due Thursday at 11:55 p.m. So you have an extra day to do that learning journal. Okay, so that is pretty much. Oh, I do want to talk about the self quizzes. So you'll have 2 self quizzes. These are not for a grade. Um, Obviously can't see them because this is an old course, but you can take these practice quizzes as many times as you want to, and I recommend you take them until you get a 100. So you'll take 2 self quizzes, and then you'll have a graded quiz, I think, yeah, in week 3 and then in week 6. So be sure you take those self quizzes until you get a 100, and then you'll do much better on the graded quiz. And then notice final exam, you have a practice quiz, and then your final exam, you could take a review quiz, which you should until you make a 100, and then you take your final exam. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the old course, and I'm just going to show you a little bit about the Learning Resource Center. So you have Ask the Experts. This is a forum where other students have posted questions that, maybe they didn't understand APA format, and a faculty member will respond to that student. So this is a great place for you to post questions. You have noticed that they respond pretty quickly, generally within 48 hours. So visit that learning resource. I'm sorry, visit the Ask the Experts page really before you go doing too much digging, because someone may already have asked a question about it. You have to enroll to be able to post questions. So I recommend that you enroll, because the other thing you can get are badges when you do the activities in the Learning Resource Center. So you want to get credit for those activities. The 2 most particular places I think you'll visit, academic writing and then academic honesty, APA sources. Peer assessment office will help you as you assess your peers in the discussion forum and the written assignments. So you definitely want to check out that. English language resources. If English is not your first language, I would highly suggest you come visit this page and make sure you understand the rules. If it's been a while since you did any kind of formal writing, even if English is your first language, you might just want to go in there and check that you understand all the rules. Okay, so there's a lot to the Learning Resource Center. You need to explore it on your own. But I, again, recommend that you spend some time here so that you can take advantage of all the tools that are available to you. Okay, so I want to show you your points of contact. These are the people you will get in touch with if you have questions about assignments, or about a scholarship, or maybe you can't get into Moodle, something like that. Your instructor is probably your first person to contact, particularly about assignments or any of the content in the course. Your student advisor, you should know who that is. If you don't, you can email the advising office and they will tell you who your advisor is. So that would be things like if you got a bill from the university, or you couldn't, I don't know, you were having challenges, like I said, with course, getting into courses that you thought you were enrolled in maybe. And then Moodle support, this is if you're not able to get into the course room or something is not functioning for you. Okay, so these are your points of contact. And at this time, I want to say thank you very much for watching this lengthy video. I hope it's been of value to you. I do want to remind you that We have a live webinar on September 8th at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, which is 8 o'clock a.m. UO People Time. And I hope that you can join us for that. We'll go through this more in depth, showing you live in real time. And you can also post questions if you want to do that. All right. So thank you very much. Good luck in your course. And remember that we're here for you. So let us know if you need any help at all.